afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to Fit Fab Workouts. This is our FusionFlexi session. We are indoors still in the southwest of France and in one of the oldest buildings of a town called Condon, which is in Gascony. I have with me my assistant coach, Nushka, who will be overseeing form and checking in on everyone throughout our session. I hope you're feeling great and that you had a great weekend. So on today's session, we're going to be together for approximately 30 minutes, maybe a little more. We'll see how we go. And we are going to do a full body weight. So you don't need any other equipment than your your mat and your body. And no need to wear shoes. You can just wear socks, be bare feet, or just wear some light little slippers like I have. And what we're going to do, we're going to go straight into our workout. We're going to alternate a movement for strength and a movement for stretching. How does that sound? Good, right? Okay, so here we go. Let's start with our feet shoulder width apart. You're going to plant your feet into the ground. And we'll just start straight up in being nice and camera's not straight, it's bothering me. There we go. And we're going to go into immediately some grounding breath and stretches. So feet are shoulder width apart. Scoop that tailbone down. Lengthen the spine. Inhale your arms up. Exhale down. Inhale, reach, exhale, down, inhale, up, bring the palms to touch, exhale in front of your heart center, and take a moment here to check in with yourself, see how you're feeling mentally, physically, and emotionally. Good, all right, so we're going to start from down and work our way up, so let's just go alternating little calf raises, little heel raises, okay? We're going to be here for 1 minute, alternating, right? And then we're going to go into stretching. So what we're going to do, we're then going to stretch our tibialis, the front of the ankle, as well as our soleus and our calf. So these are some good sessions to do. So we're getting, our runners are getting closer to their marathon date. The runs are getting longer. And so it's key to really include these sessions that combine some strength and some stretch, right? Not only for the flexibility, but also to really kind of unlock things that sometimes get a little bit smudged. Excuse me. Pardon me. And that get squashed together. We're having some very strange weather today. It's 1 minute, it's extremely hot, like we're talking 34 degrees Celsius, and the next minute is suddenly 15, and it's done this like 3 times today. All right, time, and then now here's what you're going to do. So we were just doing heel raises. Now we're just going to you're going to bring your toe down, and we're just going to bend the foot, right? Down, up. So you're stretching that whole front part of your ankle and of your anterior tibialis, right? And really push your knee forwards, getting that really good stretch, right? And you'll feel on the side that has the flat foot that you're stretching your soleus, right? And then you'll feel on the other side that you're stretching the front of your ankle. And time, let's switch, take it to the other side. Good. All this time, keep your spine nice and tall, nice and straight. Engage your abdomen, abdominals, and your core. You can probably feel the stretch. You have tight ankles, tight frontal, anterior tibialis. You'll feel that stretch. Good. Excellent. All right. Beautiful. Let's just take a nice step back with the right foot. And you're just going to practice bending the knee forward and straighten. So bend straight. Bend straight. Look at my back leg here. Bend straight. But keep pressing the heel into the ground. Now, Let's bring, once we've got this motion going, let's just bring our attention to our hips. Let's just straighten our hips and then scoop the tailbone, right? Oh, this is so weird. I've just noticed that there's a reflection in the mirror. Good. And switch. So you stay here, pivot through the center, and then you just turn around and you're in that same position. And then just bend straight, bend straight, bend straight. And once you've got that motion going, you know what you're doing. Just straighten those hips and scoop that tailbone. You might notice a bit of a stretch in your hip flexor as well. Maybe that one tends to get tight. Good. All right, and then let's just come back through the center here. Okay, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to come into a nice wide squat. And then we'll stretch. So this part one, we're doing the strength exercise, then the stretch exercise. Then in the next section, we're going to do a strength and a stretch in the same set. Good. Keep it going here, another 15 seconds. Nice and wide, bring those hips nice and low. And time, and here, scoop your tailbone, lean forward, lean forward, lean forward, lean forward. And then just go and place your fingertips just in front of your toes. So show you a side view, right? Fingertips are just in front of your toes, right? And keep a nice long flat spine here. And here, just going to bend and straighten those legs. So you'll feel a nice little stretch in some of those muscles we just worked. Good job. Flat back. And then release all the way down. Look between your legs. Round your spine. Press the ground with your hands, rounding your spine completely. Bring hands close to the feet. Place your hands underneath the balls of your feet. Pull your torso closer. Keep rounding the spine. And slowly release, let everything hang. And roll yourself back up, just like a rag doll. All the way up, arms come overhead. Scoop your tailbone, inhale and exhale, open, gentle back bend. Right, good. You should feel nice and open now. All right, so here's what we're going to do next. We're going to go into a side lunge and cross over to stretch, right? We've done this before, we haven't done it in a while, so let me show you. Starting position, one end of your mat, you're going to step out into a nice side lunge, touch the inner side of your foot, come on over, cross your leg over, keep your hips nice and square, and stretch, push the hips aside, so stretching that whole lateral area. Okay, so we're going to do 1 minute one side, 1 minute the other. We'll have a little abdominal intermission and we'll repeat that one more time. You ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So come down, side lunge, cross over and stretch, and lunge, and stretch, and lunge, stretch. Good. And side. And stretch. I'm just checking up there because there's a little spider. I'm having issues with insects. I told you I'm a city girl. I don't do this world of creepy crawlers. I know in cities there are some sort of creepy crawlers as well. Make them creep, less crawlers. Last one. Good, and let's switch sides. Other side. Side lunge. Cross over. Side lunge. Cross over. Completely living on East Coast time zone this week. Wine school resumes. Next part of the advanced diploma on the road to the Master of Wine. Whoa, story for another day around a glass of wine. Right now, we're working our strength and stretch. How are we doing? Good? You're doing great. Last one. Good, great work. Let's go into a nice little ab intermission. Down on the ground, hands underneath your glutes, feet together, knees together. We're going to cycle the legs out for 1 minute and cycle the legs in. Keep those knees together. Sometimes I see a lot of this going on. No, keep everything together, nice and tight. Let me just adjust myself in my space. Had a little bit of a incident last week, so I have to go back and get my mat. Keep going. We still got 15 seconds to go here. We switch direction. Last one, and switch. Good. 10 more seconds. And time. Rise up. Get yourself a quick sip of water. And we resume from the top, those side lunges. To stretch. Okay. I'll give you a couple seconds. Ready? Here we go. So take a nice big step down, side lunge, crossover and out. And I do prefer you put your other arm on the outside of your hip because there is a temptation to kind of put your hand on your thigh. And when you do that, you're actually preventing yourself from activating through your core. So you're kind of reducing the benefits of the exercise. assistant coach. How am I doing? I see. You're already taking a break. These employees, not what they used to be. Last one. And switch. And it does work a little bit your balance, right? You keep shifting your center of gravity as you're moving. So it puts you out of balance, right? Last one. And time. Back on the ground. And here. And here we go. Hands underneath your glutes. Feet together, knees together. And just cycle those legs out. And 5 seconds, we switch direction. 3, 2, 1, and out. In. Ten seconds to go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Rise up and get a quick sip of water. How are we feeling? Good? Good, right? This is quite energizing. Just feel nice and kind of open, toned. Okay, all right. So, next one, we haven't done this one before, not that I can recall. So here's how it goes, right? You're going to stand on one side of the mat, right? And then you're going to come into a forward lunge. So come down, and then you're going to rise up, take a step back, stretching that back leg, and reach back. So you're going to be opening that whole anterior chain, right? Just really opening up and then coming back down and then back and down. So you can use your arms if you wish. Back, okay? So do 1 minute on each side. Again, a little ab intermission, 2 rounds. You ready? Let's give it 10 seconds so the timer is exactly on the dot, or else we get confused. Okay, it's 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We take a step forward, lunge, and step back. Press the heel, reach back. Make sure you square your hips, and forward, and back, forward, and back, and forward, back. Halfway. Make sure you're not arching your back and that you are scooping that tailbone and opening. And pressing that back heel into the ground. You should feel a stretch through that calf as well. Last one. Good. Let's switch sides. So here we go. Forward, back, forward, back. Now when you're using your abdominals, right, when you're reaching back, to prevent you from wobbling, right? Good, down. Last one. Nice work. Down on the mat. And this time, we're going to come into a full sit-up, okay? So arms behind, round yourself up, rise up, and then reach all the way down. So you put your hands here. I don't like doing this. All right, the timer has started. Come on up, sit, and all the way back down. And up, and keep going. I'm going to add something to my head here. There we go. Much better. And up, and down. So use the principle of the C roll to do this. Up and down, up. Last one. And time, great job. And then from here, you're going to place your hands behind your head, release your head down, legs are up in the air, and we're alternating lowering legs. So you can keep your legs nice and straight, toes pointed, and really working on those lower abdominals here. Good job. Five more seconds to go. Last on each side. And time. Rise up. Get yourself a sip of water. And we shall resume from the top. Ready? So here we go. It's forward lunge, back step stretch, forward lunge, back step stretch. So squeeze belly, scoop the tailbone, push the hips forward, and then open back and use your abdominals for leaning back and press your heel. Back. 15 seconds to go. And last one. Switch sides. So you'll notice the reason I wanted you to do this bare feet or in socks or little slippers is because of the nature of the exercise that uses the proprioceptor muscles in the foot and ankle, right? Notice how your feet and ankles are having to stabilize a lot as you switch your center of gravity around. Last one. Good job. All right. Lay here, feet flat. And here we go for our little seated C-roll. Smooth sit up. Just checking on your form. Very good. Notice how we don't use momentum, how we don't throw our torso around. Oh, I have 2 sets of double glazed windows in this hotel room. I haven't opened them, and yet a fly has managed to make its way in. Weird, right? Last one. And down. Hands underneath your glutes. Oh no, we said behind the head, sorry. Legs up in the air. Toes are pointed. Press your belly button towards your spine. And here we go for alternating lower legs. After this, we are going to do some seated stretches and twists. And we'll be good to go. Good, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Lower everything down, come on up. Sip of water. Okay, so now sit into a nice comfortable cross-legged position. Doesn't matter which leg is in front because we'll get to switch, okay? Right, so first things first, arms going by your side. Inhale, reach your arms away from each other, lengthen your spine. Exhale, use the outside of your left thigh as an anchor for your right hand and look as far as you can behind you. Deep breaths here. Inhale through the center, open those arms. Exhale, twist, other side. Good. Inhale through the center, exhale, lean forward, interlace your fingers behind you, pull your fist against each other, and then align your cervical spine with your spine. Lean forward, keep pressing your glutes into the floor, so try not to lift your butt off the floor. Keep a nice long spine, press away with your fist, palms are pressing against each other, and then straighten, push the floor with your fist. Look up, release, shake it out. Cross your legs the other way. Open those arms out. Inhale, exhale, rotate. Inhale through the center, exhale, rotate other way. Inhale through the center, lean forward, interlace your fingers, press away, pull back, lean forward, align your cervical spine with your spine, so your neck with your back. Lean, keep pressing your glutes into the floor. And rise back up, press that fist into the floor. Look up to the sky. And release. Good. All right, next up, extend your legs in front of you. Bring your right foot on the outside of your left leg. Inhale your left arm out, lengthen your spine. Exhale as you come and hug your knee. And look behind you. Keep pulling your knee towards your body, nice long spine, and just rotate and twist. Inhale through the center, exhale, switch. Bring your left foot on the outside of your right leg. Inhale your right arm out, exhale, wrap it around, lengthen your spine and twist. Inhale through the center, release. Lengthen your legs in front of you, lengthen your spine. Hands are flat on the floor. Walk your hands forward, leaning forward as long as you keep your spine straight. Once you can no longer lean forward with a straight spine, just hold it here. Flex your feet. See if you can lean in, grab your feet, the outside of the feet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Drop your forehead towards your knees. And it's okay at this part if you have a round spine. And then unroll yourself back up. Inhale your arms up, open to the side. And there you go. See? That wasn't too tough, was it? So what we did, we broke our session into 3 key parts. Part 1, we were doing, so the whole focus was strength, and stretch. So part 1, we did one set that was more of a strength and then one set that was more of a stretch. On each side, we were alternating a lot. And then part 2, we did an exercise that combined a strengthening movement and a stretching movement. And we played around with moving our center of gravity so we could strengthen all our little proprioceptors and stabilizing muscles, right? And then we had some little abdominal intermissions thrown in the midst of all of that. And then finally, we finished our third part with some nice stretching, some twists and some rotations to kind of really finish opening up the body fully. So I hope you enjoyed this really super low impact session. This is something you can easily do every day, any day. It's not going to wear you out, and it's going to be extremely good and positive vibrations for your body. Thank you so much for tuning in live on Zoom, live on Facebook, and of course, if you are here for the replay, great work, and don't hesitate to tag in replay in the comments. Thank you so much for your loyalty, for being with me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Ciao, ciao. Wow.